thank you again for clicking on this week's video tip of the week. We wanted to come to you this week with a video that will actually build upon the video that Marcus shared with everybody last week, talking about consistency with your driver. Specifically, point number 2 that Marcus talked about with regards to position of your body as you approach the golf ball, specifically with the driver. But this week, we're going to give you some tips to build on that, as well as to help with the rest of your golf game as well. So this week's tip touches mostly on the efficiency of our golf swing, how to build a more consistent golf swing, and also how to produce a little bit more speed. So in point number 2 from last week, Marcus talked a lot about the lead shoulder in our driver swing specifically. So Marcus talked about when that lead shoulder gets ahead of the golf ball, then it will produce a lot of inconsistency because of the manipulations that we have to make in order to get the club back to the ball. So you'll also see where we build this week is from that position. How we get there is usually our body rotation will be the main component of the early part of our downswing. So you see, just like Marcus talked about, lead shoulder gets ahead of the golf ball, but specifically as well, you will see that our hands, arms, and golf club are very high in relation to the ground late into that downswing. So this week we must ask the question, okay, what do we ask the hands and arms to do to help us in our golf swing to make us more efficient and also to hit the ball a little bit further? So as we talk about hands, arms, body, again, we will use all of that natural body rotation that is in there for most of us, but we just have to employ and think about what we need the hands and arms to do. So again, from a slightly different angle, at the top of our backswing, if all we do is rotate our body, again, you will see that the hands, arms, club are very, very high in relation to that golf ball, and now I have to make a number of manipulations just to make contact. So from that point, we would give ourselves the freedom to turn the body just like that, but now we must ask ourselves to lower these hands and arms. You can see what that does from down the line. It gets the club back to the inside of our target line. It gets the hands and arms back in front of our body, which is going to make us very efficient to that full finish position. So a couple of pictures for us to get used to is from the top of our backswing, what is our tendency? Do we see ourselves kind of flinch and all of a sudden our hands are high and have worked out towards the golf ball? Then that would be a picture that we want to work on today. So from this down the line view again, training these hands and arms just to feel soft so that you can see, especially your lead arm will work down your chest, your hands will get back in front of the body, and now all I have to do is rotate through. So a very helpful drill or picture, again, to help us perceive what we need those hands and arms to do in our golf swing. So if you go ahead and take your driver, or any club for that matter, and take the butt end of the club and put it right in your belly button, then we're going to grip down the shaft and get into a version of golf posture here. So we're going to take this nice and slow at first. So we're going to swing it back up like normal. The club is going to disconnect. Most of us will do this. The butt end of the club is going to point towards the target. Makes it very, very difficult to get it back in front of my body. So again, starting over, butt end of the club in our belly button, into golf posture, just swing the arms up so the club disconnects, and just feel this nice and slow where we swing the hands and arms low. The butt end of the club will connect back to our belly button, and then we can rotate through. So this again answers the question of what we need the hands and arms to do in that golf swing. This down or lowering portion with those hands and arms is going to happen at some point in the swing. We just want it to happen a little bit earlier to make you more efficient and hopefully get a little bit more speed. So hopefully this tip was helpful. If you have any questions, please let us know.